Hey, I'm Nikki Leonti, and I'm so excited to be interviewing my business mentor and also a truly inspiring woman, Natalie MacNeil. Thanks for coming on today.
Thanks for having me. I'm so excited.
So, Natalie is the host and creator of the Conquer Club. She's also created the online platform She Takes on the World, which was voted as one of the top 10 entrepreneurial sites for women. And she has a book coming out later this year as well, the Conquer Kit, which I'm really excited to be getting. Do you have a copy there? Oh, it's beautiful.
I'm so excited about it.
I can't wait. I can't wait to get my copy. So, today we'll be talking all things online marketing because I know you've got an amazing launch happening for the Conquer Club, which is Conquer Camp. You really don't do things by halves when you launch. So I really want to get in because last year I bought the Conquer Club. So I've been part of that all this year. And we met in Mexico, spent 4 days really being soaking up all that inspiration from all those women. And last year was some epic launch of 9 weeks. Was it 9 weeks?
It was
Yes.
like a 9-week intro program that we did all for free. We really go big when we do our free trainings and experiences.
Yes, yes. And this year is the Conquer Camp, which is a 2 week thing. Can you just tell me a little bit about that as well?
Yeah, so Conquer Camp is a virtual camp and incubator for women entrepreneurs. So it's a 2-week sprint to help you achieve one of the big goals that you haven't quite accomplished yet this year. And we support you through the full 2 weeks. There are 4 incredible sessions, bonus coaching calls, and the whole experience is free. So I'm sure you can share the link for that, Nikki. And I
Yes.
invite all of you to check it out because it will be available until November 10th. So you can jump in at any time, and it is truly the best free experience we have ever offered.
Well, I've checked out some of the videos. One of the first video already has come out and it's amazing. You've done a great job. It's very, very exciting.
Thank you.
So today I wanted to talk a little bit about launching and also a bit about the beginning because a lot of my listeners and my audience are really in that early phase of their business. So um, the first question I wanted to ask you was when you're starting, a lot of people say, see this overnight success, and we're led to believe that, people are sitting on their beach while they've done a six-figure launch and all this stuff, which you and I both know isn't real. Um, but I wanted to know what were the top three things you did in the beginning that really created the greatest momentum to get started?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. First, I would say that you need to stand for something. So, trendspotting.com calls this a brand stand. And I think sharing stronger opinions was really what got me noticed when I was first starting out. And
Yeah.
that's actually what led to the opportunities to be featured in bigger media outlets as well. We saw brand stands happening a lot in the United States during the gay marriage debate, for
Ah,
example. So
yes.
there were a lot of brands who either stood for or against and attracted new people to their tribes based on that stand. So I think standing for something is really powerful.
Yeah.
The second thing I would say is to be consistent. So, one of the things that allowed us to start growing very quickly was when we made the decision that we would be consistent every week, sending out a piece of content. And
Yeah.
it doesn't even have to be every week, but you need to commit to what it is going to be and then stick to it. So, if it's once a month, let people know when they're going to be getting your content delivered every month and just provide a lot of value on a monthly basis. So, it doesn't have to be weekly, but it has to be consistent. And the third thing I would say is investing in yourself and your business. I think that's
Yeah.
the other thing that can give you the biggest boost. You need the right support systems. And I think you also need to invest in advertising and actually being seen. That doesn't happen without money a lot of the time. So you need to
Yes.
invest in yourself and your business.
Excellent. Thank you. I love that. And I think, taking a stand is one of the things I didn't really do at the start. I was trying to have this open, wide net. I'm like, I don't want to miss anybody. So that's really what I learned in Conquer Club this year. I need to niche down because then I can really help and support those people specifically. So thank you. Now, the next question I have is, She Takes on the World is your main platform. And at what point, because I know you were growing that while you were still working in your other business, but what was the tipping point that you thought, wow, this is full time. This is what I'm going to do full time. And what was it that really made you think that this is what I'm going to do full time?
Yeah, I really had a long transition period of about a year and a half out of my former business and into She Takes on the World full time. So once I was actually done with my other business, there were a lot of loose ends to tie up. There were a lot of projects with clients that I was still involved in. And I think what really made me feel the tipping point, though, once I was officially in She Takes on the World already, sometimes it's a mindset shift you need to make.
Yeah.
And what made me really feel that tipping point was when I went all in. So I
Right.
decided that I was going to go all in on this. Like, this was my baby. I was going to work on scaling it. It was going to be like my whole world for the next period of my life. And all of my energy, all of my savings, everything got invested in She Takes on the World. And that's what allowed me to grow it to the company that people see it as today. So I think sometimes it's just a mindset shift that needs to be made.
Excellent. Excellent. I love that. I really love
And
that.
all in is a
Yeah.
powerful mindset shift to make
Yeah.
in your business. Like, are you all in? Ask yourself that.
Yes, yes, I love that. I love that. Thank you. And so when you were building it up, um, everyone's talking about list size and growing your list. So generally, there's a lot of people saying, you need to have 1,000 people before you can really launch anything to your list. But do you think that that's true? Like, what was the list size for you when you launched your first digital product specifically?
Yeah, my first digital product was at about 2,000 people
Yeah,
on my list. But look, Nikki, you don't have to wait that long. I wish I would have actually started earlier because I made a lot of mistakes in the beginning and
yeah,
I would have got to learn those mistakes a lot earlier if I had just started sooner. But at the time, there were a lot of people telling me your list needs to be bigger before you launch anything, build a bigger list.
yeah.
And I let other people's opinions kind of dictate how I was running my business, and I shouldn't have done that. I should have trusted my gut and done it a little sooner.
Excellent. And I think a lot of people have that fear and they just never do it because growing a list to 1,000 or 2,000 takes a lot of work, and to not see any result before that point can really turn a lot of people off as well. So, cool.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. And so now I really wanted to get into your launch a little bit for especially Conquer Camp this year. So I would love to know what your kind of 3 tips would be leading up to a launch. So not the actual launch, but leading up to it. Is there something that you do to get your audience ready? Do you focus on growing your list and all that kind of stuff? What do you do to prepare?
Yeah, we stay very consistent in interacting with and providing value to our audience pretty much throughout the year and even when we're not launching. So we do something every single week. And in the 2 to 3 months before a launch, we do invest more in advertising. And we usually have some sort of offer so that we can build our list a little bit more. We also start teasing what's to come. So we
Yeah.
started teasing Conquer Camp a few months ago without actually giving the details of it. And that really starts to get people excited and starts to build that momentum. So, also going into the launch, we always do a major free event that kind of kicks off the whole launch process.
Yeah.
This year, it's our virtual camp and incubator, Conquer Camp. And we do give away so much stuff. Generosity is a core value at
Yeah.
She Takes on the World Inc. So, our free trainings are really meant to simulate our Conquer Club experience. So we do give massive value, free workbooks, a community to be part of. We do free coaching calls, and it really is a huge investment to offer all of this, but it's also a great way to showcase how we're different from other options in the market, and it lets people try before they buy, which is another tip that I recommend for anyone who's about to launch something. I think giving people the experience of what you offer is very powerful.
Yes, and I do. I help my clients do the same thing, like creating that kind of sales funnel system. You want to get people to understand what you're all about. So with this, I know you did last year, you did that massive 9 week launch. This year you're doing
That
Conquer
was
Camp.
too much. Don't do
Yeah.
that. To everyone listening, don't do that. Keep your free content before your launch in like a 2 to 3 week max period. Nine
Yeah.
weeks is way too long to keep momentum for. It was a great list builder, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that again.
So was that what, because I know Conquer Club launched in 2013, was that right?
Conquer Club, our like beta rounds of the Conquer Club were around 2012, and then
Right.
we officially rolled out in 2013 more in the format closer to the format that we have today, but the format that we have for 2016 and for 2015 was kind of all new.
Yeah. So what was your launch?
Took a while to get it right.
Yeah. Was your launch, what did you do that first launch? Like, how is that different to now?
The very first launch.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the first launch of the Conquer Club, we did a 1 day live streaming conference, which I don't know why I went from like a 1 day full on conference to like a 9 week. I don't know how I went from like packing everything into 9 hours to packing those 9 hours spread out over 9 weeks. I don't know what I was thinking. So I went from like one extreme to the other, and now we have like a nice 2 week container for
Yeah.
Conquer Camp, which feels just perfect. But I think you need to try things and then improve them along the way. So we did a 9 hour conference. I did not even factor in bathroom breaks for myself. I had like 1 2 minute break schedule for myself for the whole day. Again, I don't know what I was thinking. So in a 2 minute break, I actually had to like go pee and have a few bites of bread. And then by the time I did that, it was time to go back on set and to continue with this Conquer online conference we were doing. So Nikki, I don't know what I'm thinking sometimes, but it definitely gets us attention, and people
Yeah.
do love the experiences that we create. So I don't regret it, but I
Yeah.
wouldn't do it that way again.
Oh, excellent. I love seeing how people progress with their launches and how things shift because, especially back in that day, like you don't have necessarily the funds to create like an epic, team of people to do a launch. So a lot of people, especially my listeners, they're sticking to a really tight budget, mostly doing a lot of it themselves. So it's good to see how you can kind of progress and keep testing
Yeah, and in the
throughout.
early days, I mostly did webinars,
Yeah,
and I would do those on my own. I didn't need a team for that. So
yeah,
there are a lot of things that you can do. You can turn on your webcam and do a live streaming event without having, I used to do my my videos too in front of a webcam without having the studio space that I do now that I film She Takes on the World TV in. So you just have to start where you are with the resources that you have.
yeah. Excellent. Now, I just wanted to finish it up. I've really enjoyed chatting about this. I love seeing how you've just created this. It's just so inspiring. So my last question is, what do you think an entrepreneur really needs to be successful?
Great question. I think that entrepreneurs, the best entrepreneurs, are always willing to listen, even when what they're hearing isn't necessarily what they want to be hearing.
Yeah,
So, the best entrepreneurs that I know ask for help when they need it too. Like, you can't do it alone, but I see a lot of entrepreneurs trying to do it alone. So, I think you need to be willing to listen, be talking to your audience constantly, and then implement what you're hearing. And then ask for help along the way as you're implementing those things. Like, I built this business by myself, said absolutely no empire builder ever. It
love
just
that.
doesn't happen. And then the last thing I would say is that great entrepreneurs are incredibly resilient. So they get back up every single time they've been knocked down. And you can't win all the time, and you're not going to succeed all the time. But how you choose to move past the things that don't go your way will really determine how big of a dream you can build.
Yes.
So I'd say those are like my three biggest things. Like listen, really listen, get the support that you need, and practice resilience.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much. That was fantastic.
Thank you
It was
for
so much
having me.
fun.
Thank
So much fun. Hey, if you loved that interview I just did with Natalie MacNeil, you are absolutely going to love the Conquer Club. The Conquer Club is Natalie's unique one-year business incubator for online business women who really want to up-level their business. In 1 year, you're going to learn from a whole heap of different experts around the world, and I am one of them. I'm the online marketing mentor for next year, and I would love to see you in there. Now, if you would like to sign up for the Conquer Club, you must do it quickly. Registrations close on the 11th of November, so if you don't do it now, you'll have to wait a whole year until the registrations open again. So if you don't want to wait a whole year to really up-level your business and make a real impact, then you need to get onto it straight away. Now, I'm a proud affiliate for the Conquer Club, which means that if you purchase using my link below, I will receive a commission. As an absolute thank you for doing that, I will also be giving you access to my online marketing boardroom. Now, this is valued at $900, where I will be helping you implement a lot of the systems and things like that that Natalie and her mentors are talking about in the program. But I'm also going to be answering your questions all about your online marketing systems. So by the end of that program, you're going to have all of your online marketing system ready to go. You'll know everything that you need to do, and you'll also be part of the Conquer Club. So my gift to you is absolutely free as long as you use the link below. Now, once you have purchased, simply email me your receipt. You can email me nikki@nikkileonti.com, and you will get access to that in March next year. So the Conquer Club starts very soon, so be sure to sign up below. All right, I can't wait to see you in there.